Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Portal Reloaded. Let's continue. We're moving on to the last 5 puzzles. Still seeing these odd alcoves. It just seems like weird, to say the least. Kind of like it's trying to imply that these puzzles were all boarded off and abandoned halfway through. That would be an interesting storyline, I suppose, if it turned out that the teleporters and the AI that's talking to us all were abandoned projects that were given up in favor of GLaDOS, or maybe this really isn't actually Aperture Science laboratories.
Good news. We found a way to make these turrets more durable. They should now also work in the future. Most of them, anyway.
So,
should you find a defective turret in the future, feel free to mark this as a flaw in your test report.
they're bringing in the big guns, to say the least. That is the turret people. Which, arguably, I kind of question whether the turrets should have ever been in the Portal games, because that brings back the idea of first-person shooting in a game where you don't have a gun to really shoot back. It's an interesting challenge, certainly, but they become obviously add-ons. They definitely feels like they were added at the last second. This feels very much like one of the Portal puzzles in the main game, where, let's see, I think the trick here is to, nope, interesting, you can only put a portal this way. Can't do it on the wide aspect. Which is, that's weird, because that would have been the solution previously, is that you would have twisted it and you would have blocked their view. But yeah, that's definitely not the case here. We just have a whole alleyway of people that would definitely kill you before you would make it anywhere.
There you are.
And you can sometimes cheat this by crouching down behind the cube and just walking very slowly. In the original games you could, but nope, can't really do that. There is this possibility that all of the turrets in the future are defective, so we kind of need to just see if they start shooting. Notice that you get shot 3 times and you're dead. You're not going to get around that. Just to be certain, you don't just walk back that direction. So if in the future there was only one guy on this side that shot at you. Nope. So it's not something like you have to find the one guy. There might be one character that doesn't shoot at you. If we could take out people. Yeah, I feel like if you could take people out, there might be something more to this. It would make some sense. But you can't really rotate yourself or get a 90-degree angle. There's no portal surfaces. And I feel like I need to be getting projected. If I could project my body through that emancipation grid. But there's also a button somewhere and a switch. Okay.
There you are.
Like, I doubt the idea is you're supposed to bunny hop. So we need this to disengage. Can we grab this? I feel like the answer is probably no. Because if I could grab it, like if I could grab it, I'd probably have to jump up and grab it at that point. They don't tend to want to shoot at each other. But I think if they do shoot at each other, that might do something interesting. Pretty much they have to shoot for me. Is there anything we could do?
Who is there?
Are you supposed to just try and break through this? Oh, I am fresh out of ideas. Like, you would have expected it was supposed to be something like this,
Who's there?
where it couldn't see you, but it can see you. See, if you were trying to potentially get the attention of these characters, that doesn't make sense. They still seem to be just in these cages. It does kind of feel like
There you are.
the center turrets don't have bullets or something, and they won't actually shoot at you in the future.
Who's there?
So there might be some value in that.
Activated. Deploying. Target lost. Target lost.
Hmm.
Good night. Sentry mode activated. Who's there? Searching. Deploying. Hibernating.
But yeah, either you're supposed to crouch down, which oddly that's green, and crawl through this, or
Activated.
nope.
Target still there.
That was a thought, at least. Oddly, just turns green at a certain angle. That's what I've been trying to do this whole time. Seriously? So I knew the answer. The game just did not want to give it to me. Trick here is going to be to get the green portal and the orange portal to be on agreeable sides, which I guess maybe is easiest done just by doing that and that.
Hello. Searching.
Okay. The only problem now that we can get here, is going to come down to activating the button. Okay. Means I need, I think, the blue one there. And then time portal there. Nope, time portal needs to be there. And so if the time portal is there, then we need the blue one there. Maybe trapped here. Well, no, I think I can do this. If I put the time portal here, and then I need the orange one and the blue one here. I may have screwed this up. May not be a way to fix this though. Orange one needs to be there. Blue one needs to be there. Blue one needs to be there. And if I'm just moving things around, I'm probably doing it wrong. Orange one needs to be there. There we go. That and that. We need to get the cube from the future to the past, which means we need to be on the other side of this. Which might be easy enough to do just by doing this and then doing this. Right. Okay. If I press this and then run this way, it's not quite good enough. But maybe we can adjust through this. How am I going to get the future one? Do I need the future one? Like, this is the weird part of this. I don't even know how you get through this doorway after that point. It seems like there's a whole laser platform aspect to this after we disable the diffuser. Okay, I guess that is the case. So we just need the cube from the future. We don't need both of them. Okay. How do we do that, though? How do we get from point A to point B fast enough? Hmm. Yeah, you can jump here, and then if there was like a run button or something, that would make sense. But I don't think that's the case. What I think has to happen is that in the present day you have to have a portal that would move you from there to there in between. I think that's doable. Yeah. Just maybe I'm overly complicating this. Because maybe all I really have to do is hit that, run over here, and then step on that. Look at that. That was easy enough of a solution. Now is only a question so much of getting back to where we need to be. If I put the time portal there, I don't think that helps me much. Everything seems to be open and fine, so I don't need the future cube. I just need to get kind of back to the beginning without losing my portals, which will be even crazier in the future, because if I move the orange, I'm going to be in trouble. So the orange has to be the last movement.
Deploying.
That would be a perfect time to be very annoyed. Right. I can't lose the portal here. I can lose the portal here. Okay. Which means if I get back, can I lose the time travel portal? I think we're fine moving that. The orange is there. The blue is there. I need the blue trigger there. Right, the orange is coming in the right place. Okay. Now the orange is here, and the blue is there, so I can put the blue there, and that's fine. Then time travel back this way. Right. We need a rotation, though. This won't work. Is this angled in some weird way? Okay. We need to do this and send this back through the past. And then we can lose the blue, because the blue's not doing anything, to go this way. And so once again, this puzzle could only have been solved by being in the future And it is oddly angled, which maybe meant something, but probably didn't.
Nicely done. And don't worry, you won't encounter any turrets between the test chambers.
Yeah, we'll see about that. We've got about 5 minutes, so
Except for these ones.
we'll see what happens here.
At this point, you might rightfully be asking yourself why we put you through all this. This testing track was built as a failsafe. My job is to ensure that testing can continue, no matter the circumstance. You see, this facility is largely controlled by one entity. For some reason, this entity seems completely unresponsive 20 years from now. That's why the future looks the way it does. We have lost all control, and we need to find a way to restore it.
So, GLaDOS, we can't actually pick up the turrets. And here's another companion cube. Feels like this is the second companion cube we have found. Although, unless there was something about shooting them or something, I don't think you're going to do anything with that. Plus, we have our time travel disabled, so if we were going to try and get this companion cube, we'd have to do something. Oops, I may have screwed myself there. We'd have to try and jump upward to grab it. Yeah, and you're just not going to get that. I don't think I can get the angle right to get that wall.
Nicely done. And don't worry, you won't encounter any turrets between the test chambers. Except for these ones. At this point, you might rightfully be asking yourself why we put you through all this. This testing track was built as a failsafe. My job is to ensure that testing can continue, no matter the circumstance. You see, this facility is largely controlled by one entity. For some reason, this entity seems completely unresponsive 20 years from now. That's why the future looks the way it does. We have lost all control, and we need to find a way to restore it.
There's a puzzle 22, and we're supposed to fling ourselves upward to it. Okay. So this one's going to be a little awkward, I would say. Let's see. The right solution is fairly easy to just do something like that. Or more likely you'd want to do something like that. That way you're on the right trigger, which you pull the right trigger in most games way more than the left trigger. That being said, is there a way I can fling myself up and get that companion cube? Because I kind of feel like, well, even though we know there's no achievements for that, it would probably say something interesting there. If there's a way to do it, it's not coming directly to mind. Because I just don't know. Like, what would have to happen would be I would send through the blue portal here, out the orange portal here, down through the portal, and yeah, there's just not a way that's coming to mind that you would then be back to that point. So we'll just fling ourselves further. Now the question certainly comes down to, are we actually going to see a puzzle 22, or are we just entering the end of the game? And if we had gotten the cube, it would have just made it to this emancipation grid, and that would have been it. And more we have a falling apart future laboratory in puzzle 22. What looks like a odd glass cube, oddly shaped. Maybe it's a funnel, I don't even know what it is. But yeah, we will end there. If I start doing this puzzle, it'll be an hour, if not longer, to do this puzzle, and I was trying for 30-minute episodes, so this makes a great lot of sense to just end per puzzle, even though we skipped through a couple of them in the early episodes. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wish list. Thank you for watching. Have a good